Oh, well, welcome back. Today we're going to be playing a different game. Something I haven't played before. Well, I personally have played before, but you've never seen me. I want to start playing Space Engineers. It's a fairly old game. I've been playing it ever since it came out, and I love this game. Essentially, it's Minecraft, but in space. So, it's amazing. If you like Star Wars remotely, and you enjoy playing with Lego, this is the game for you. I want to build a spaceship that we can travel in. Something that we can dock into other spaceships, fly down to a planet, be able to just travel. So it has to be able to be, I have a list, I have a checklist. It has to be able to fly, be able to do combat comfortably, be able to land on a planet, and be able to refill oxygen and live on the ship, essentially. I have a design in mind. So there's this game called Star Citizen, and ever since I saw that game, there was a ship that really caught my eye. It's called the Mustang. Now, the Mustang, there are 4 versions of it, from Alpha to Delta, I believe. Each type has a specific role within the game, the Delta being the heavy fighter, or not heavy fighter, light fighter, and the Beta being a survival, more homey kind of area where you can walk around in it. And they all relatively look the same, but I'm gonna get most of my inspiration from the Beta, which has space to walk around in. Well, so essentially I'm gonna start with the fuselage and work my way out. So I hope you enjoy this. Alright, so this is basically what I've got so far. It's looking the way I want it to. This kind of bugs me because I don't want a big hydrogen thruster, but I don't know how much power I'm gonna need to lift off of the surface. So this may or may not stay here forever. Another plan I could probably do it right now, actually, is I'm just going to put these and make a path to it. And that way, I can keep this small. Essentially, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep this, like, the wings are going to go like that up. Then it all centers to here, then comes back up, and then the wing comes out backwards and on an angle. So all I really have to do is make the backwards wings, and I think I'm going to do that with like very thin armor pieces, because they're just wings. In Space Engineers, wings don't really matter. You don't need anything to fly. But this hinge right here, what I'm trying to have it do is basically we're going to have landing gear that fold down from this engine bay down, so it's tucked up in here, all nice and tucked, or it might be with a piston, and they're going to fold down for when I land on the planet, and this will fold down at the same time. So essentially all you have to do is walk in behind the ship, and you can walk up into the cockpit. This is going to be fully covered in bulletproof glass. Hopefully it all works out, and I want to try and keep it 3 blocks And on the actual Mustang, it has a chin-mounted gun. I don't know how that's going to work out. Honestly, if this is just a Explorer, I might not even need a chin-mounted weapon. But I'm going to try and keep everything this thin. I want the cockpit to be as thin and as pointy as possible. So I'm going to continue to build this cockpit. Alright, so basically what we have so far on this very, very lovely ship is a hatch that will open up through the back. And I set it up all through the rotor. So when you open it, it comes down like that, and you can actually walk in. There's enough space to like walk inside and sit in the ship. And you can just set that to the hot bar. And then when you have to take off, you just bring it back in, and then you can fly. The whole point of this is a survival ship, so you should be able to respawn. I also may extend this back, so I do have a little more room inside. But we'll just see how this all works out. Okay, so, as you see, I've gone pretty far with the design, and it's looking, I think it looks great. I think that looks awesome. It's got that cool little, it's got the angled wings. I'm gonna have to angle them up a little more so that the landing gear is not getting in the way. And I was gonna do these like hopper leg design where like this strut or whatever lays across the body and then folds down. But I've got so many components here that it would just stick out too much and it didn't look right. It wasn't going to be all tight and flush. But I mean, I'm loving the way this is looking. The wings are thick. I was going to do them thin, and I was going to use essentially, well, you saw me build it very quickly, but I was going to just use these blocks, make the wing like that or whatever, but like obviously the backward wing design, but it was too steep of an angle and the wings only came out to like here, so I decided to scrap that idea, go with the longer wings, because Space Engineers has these blocks, the sloped, which is very nice for that cut angle that I was looking for. Yeah, so I think I'm going to just readjust the angles, maybe get some more armor around here. Also, in a survival situation, if you land on a planet, it's like all of this stuff is exposed, so you can either edit it or like repair it if it gets damaged. Because I think that's another thing people don't think about is when they build a ship is oh, how am I gonna be able to fix it in if I ever build this in survival? And one thing to keep in mind is you need to have access ports to every component and every part. That way you can repair. But yeah, this is it. It's looking great so far. I'm actually really happy with the design. All right, so I'll do these adjustments and we're almost there. Okay, and this is I'm pretty impressed with myself. For a seal in space, that's not too bad. I think adding the white coloring as well to the glass panes really makes that cockpit pop, and it like really draws attention to that. Look at that! Look at that! I built that! I built that. I'm proud of that. That is so cool. I feel like the engine pods are nicely tucked away. Oh my god, I just hope this works. If it doesn't, I'm not giving up. I didn't make it super roomy, I guess, like I said at the beginning. But I mean, that's still pretty cool. Like, look at that. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. What I'm going to do now, because it's basically done, I think, because it's always good to have these gun mounts on, but like I was saying before, you can take this design and I could simply just extend this area back more, and I could literally have a walking corridor essentially, and it would still look basically the same. I went more with the Delta Fighter design, but it still has that survival capability because of this survival kit here. So I just can't stop looking at it. I just can't believe I built that. That's awesome. I think it looks great. I'm amazed. Yeah, everything's tucked away nice. Slants there. Then I'm gonna color these around here, and I think I'm gonna add maybe a missile pod, 2 missile pods on the wings, just to have that extra, firepower. So yeah, and then we'll be done. Oh, as well as add some other utilities that most of these spaceships need. Wow, it's been a journey to make this. Oh my god, it's honestly, out of all the ships I've built so far in terms of small, big ships, I think this is my best yet. The only thing is, it's totally not like what I said it was going to be at the start, where you could walk around and, see inside. Oh, I forgot the lights. And if you noticed, I put rotors where the missiles are on a slight angle. That way, when you are attacking something, the missiles cross each other. So it's more likely that, so if we see where they're targeted right now, when we keep backing up, you can see how the lines get closer and closer to the middle. Yeah, the stopping on this is not as good, but that's all right. Once we get those gyroscopes in, it's not going to matter, because you're just going to be able to spin around and stop on a dime. Oh, but it looks fantastic. I really hope this flies well in atmosphere, but we'll see. Yeah, so the next thing we're going to do, or have to do, is test the capability of it being able to fly successfully down to a planet and successfully out of the atmosphere of that planet. So I need to test the landing gear and the flight capability in space. And then we're going to be testing the combat. But I think I've dragged this video out for long enough. In the next video, that's exactly what we'll be doing, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all for watching this video and experiencing what I go through when building. I had a lot of fun, I hope you did as well, and I'll see you in the next. Chonkers out.